Hello everyone, just want to take a quick moment to thank you all for watching and say I'm glad everyone's enjoying the series. The episode was delayed sadly last week because I was sick for an entire week and couldn't finish the narration in time, but here it is now. Also, I just became monetizable, so if you'd like to support, there's a join button underneath this video where you can give $1. Any support's appreciated and I thank you for it. Alright, back to the show. Welcome to the world of Pikmin. We'll be discussing the Blowhog family today, and we'll begin with the fiery Blowhog. The fiery Blowhog is a very common enemy that can be found through Pikmin 1 all the way to 4, and surprisingly is a boss in Hey Pikmin as well. It even ranges in size as they have a tiny version, the Blowlet, who's very adorable. The fiery Blowhog, which is its standard form, very common, and then the Titan Blowhog, or Big Chungus, whichever you prefer. We're going to start with the smallest and upscale. So the fiery Blowlet can be found in Hey Pikmin, and is very cute. Too bad you have to punch it in the face. I've yet to see one launch a Pikmin off itself when it's being attacked. Like its larger variant, it also can shoot jets of flames, but that's only in one location called Secret Spot 21. Other than that, they usually shoot fireballs, and Captain Olimar puts it best. Some emit long jets of flame, while others discharge volleys of fireballs, like mile runners versus sprinters. And then next they have their Growth Spurt, the fiery Blowhog. Found throughout Pikmin 1 through 4, it shoots jets of flames at you and waddles around a small patch of territory on the map where it can be located. When attacked, it'll attempt to launch Pikmin off its backside and send them flying forward in front of it, which is only really dangerous for maps with voids, such as some caves, or other hazards such as bodies of water, since you'll most likely use fire Pikmin. In Pikmin 1, the developers were more unforgiving, and when your Pikmin were set alight, they couldn't be extinguished. It was kind of painful to watch. Olimar describes it in a log during Pikmin 1 actually. I wonder just how this planet's life forms evolved. This creature belches fire, of all things. Once the Pikmin get caught up in its inferno, there is nothing that can be done. If only they had the power to face such flames without fear of burning. In the sequels, the game is much more forgiving. In Pikmin 2 and 4, if your Pikmin are set alight, they can be extinguished with your whistle, though Ice Pikmin from Pikmin 4 have less time to be saved than other types. If you ever play Pokemon, I think you understand why two elements sometimes don't get along. Another interesting note by Olimar, this creature expels a volatile phosphorus compound from its snout that combusts upon contact with air. This fire-breathing ability is dependent upon the air-to-fuel ratio at its mouth, catalyst reaction within the expelled compound, and purification of the compound. Thus, it's highly unlikely such a complex process could cause the spontaneous explosion of a fallen Blowhog. This process is also perhaps to avoid risk of spontaneous combustion in the belly of a live specimen. However, one should still treat a fiery Blowhog with great care, even after its life functions have ceased. Now we'll show you the boss fight from Hey Pikmin. I've never played, but it makes me think of the first draft of a Titan Blowhog considering its size. Also, it's the only instance of a fiery Blowhog itself using fireballs just like its much smaller form, the Blowlet. Now we'll round this out with the just mentioned Titan Blowhog, which is found in Pikmin 4. It's only seen in 2 locations, Cavern for a King and Olimer's Shipwreck Tail. It fights like a normal Blowhog with a couple tweaks. The fire is larger and has enough force behind it to push Pikmin around, and he shakes every time after his attack. And he is thick. But it's still roughly the same. Stick to fire, avoid having your Pikmin being thrown over a void, a body of water, a precipice, whatever a hazard may be around you. And the condition of its abnormal size coincides with the Jumble Bulborb and is logged in Olimar's notes. Due to a hormone abnormality, this fiery Blowhog specimen has grown to an irregular giant size. As a result, its mouth and organs that regulate its fire-breathing abilities are significantly larger, so the firepower of this specimen greatly exceeds that of its normal counterpart. The fire it produces is actually so strong that the stress it places on the creature's internal organs is magnified, thus reducing its overall lifespan. This specimen is also unable to reproduce. That was a long one, but up next is the Watery Blowhog. It's not found in Pikmin 1 like the Fiery Blowhog, only Pikmin 2 through 4, and its name is misleading as it sprays a water-like substance rather than actual water. Quoted by Captain Olimar, a variant subspecies of the Fiery Blowhog, the Watery Blowhog lacks several of the dominant genes necessary for the production of fire-producing catalysts, and thus expels jets of non-flammable liquid. This subspecies appears to have only recently evolved. However, the hereditary traits of this variant are dominant and highly robust, so its population is rapidly increasing. Its water-like attack can be dispelled by the whistle, and its behavior is exactly like the Fiery Blowhog, where it will buck Pikmin off as it's being hit and takes time to build up before it shoots. Honestly though, even without Pikmin, you can take them down yourself. It's very easy to do with your captains and avoid damage. Also, it looks satisfying since they have a slight jiggle when you smack them. Up next, we have the Snowy Blowhog, which has the similar teal or cyan color scheme of all ice-based creatures. It is found in Pikmin 4 only, as it is a very new addition to the family, and it also behaves similarly to the Fire and Watery Blowhog. Its capability to wield ice is described in Captain Olimar's notes, and I think the notes recorded for the Blowhog family are very stand out in the series due to their detail. This species has the ability to condense atmospheric carbon dioxide within an organ called a cold sac. The cold sac creates dry ice, and its vapors are then expelled as icy breath. A close relative to this species, the Fiery Blowhog, can keep its internal temperature from rising because the phosphoric compounds it expels only ignite when they make contact with the air. In contrast, Snowy Blowhog maintains internal body conditions below freezing, and its other internal organs are protected by thick layers of fat and the extracellular freezing that occurs within its cold sac. Additionally, it has a larger version named Blizzarding Blowhog, similar to the Fiery and its larger Titan Blowhog form. However, unlike the Titan Blowhog, it has a distinction to its physiology. This specimen is actually a Snowy Blowhog, that lethal expeller of icy air. However, it's grown to a gigantic size thanks to an endocrine abnormality. Unlike the Titan Blowhog, this condition does not sentence the Blizzard Blowhog with a shorter lifespan. In fact, its lifespan is actually much longer than that of the average Snowy Blowhog. The organs that produce the dry ice are also enlarged in this specimen, perhaps in order to make production more efficient. So in my personal opinion, unlike how the Titan Blowhog, with its increased fire output, puts more strain on its body, maybe the ice helps prolong its lifespan by preserving itself, almost like food in a freezer. But you can leave your thoughts in the comments below on what you think about its physiology. Now we'll be transitioning to the airborne members of the Blowhog family, beginning with the Puffy Blowhog. The Puffy Blowhog is found in Pikmin 1 through 4 and will attempt to throw around you and your Pikmin with gusts of wind. In Pikmin 1 specifically, this breath will wilt the flowers on your Pikmin stems, but this power in all future sequels is then transferred to the Withering Blowhog that we will get into next. Now in combat it can be brought to the ground with enough Pikmin weighing it down and can remain there even with its attempts to arise if the weight's significant enough. Though in Pikmin 3 and 4 it can inflate itself on the ground to remove Pikmin, and it's only in these recent sequels that it actually leaves a body behind to collect as food post-battle. It turns into a little baggie. It's kinda nice. Interesting detail I wasn't aware of. Apparently can't blow away purple Pikmin. I would never notice if I actually was struck because I'd be busy to scramble picking everyone up, but I like the detail. Now, Olimar goes into detail about its physiology in his notes, and I like this note in particular. This species of blowhog uses internally generated hydrogen to inflate a flotation bladder and hover above the ground. This creature's electrified pulse creates a sash of color that flows along the surface of its body, making it a particularly beautiful blowhog species. Precisely how it is able to internally stabilize its highly explosive hydrogen and simultaneously generate electricity remains a mystery. The puffy blowhog blows leaves and grass around to eat the insects underneath, and maintains mid-air buoyancy by using its fins and releasing air through blowholes. This enables it to float effortlessly, even in the breeze. In times of danger, the puffy blowhog can decompress its flotation bladder for a rapid escape from predators. I enjoy this note because it builds a world around this creature, about what it eats, and that other creatures try to eat each other, rather than it just being a nightmare escape, somehow subsisting on Pikmin and astronauts for food, and gives a good guide into how it's capable to function. Up next is the Withering Blowhog, very similar to the Puffy and appearing in Pikmin 2 and 4, as a yellow and orange coloration, and will attempt to blow gusts of wind in Pikmin 2 or orange gas in Pikmin 4, and remove the flowers from your Pikmin stems. It actually giggles if it accomplishes this, which I'm not quite sure if that's considered sadistic or not. And interestingly enough, in Pikmin 4, it will avoid conflict with you while your Pikmin have Ultra Spicy Spray active, as it can't blow off their flowers during it. And just like the Puffy, it can't blow away purple Pikmin as well, but will still affect their stems. For myself, I always thought that it and the Puffy removed flowers from Pikmin due to air pressure, but as alluded to with the Puffy Blowhog, it has a special ability for it. The Withering Blowhog is a close relative of the Puffy Blowhog, but its breath is significantly weaker. However, its breath does contain a petal-withering plant hormone that causes flowers to instantly lose their petals. Although its breath has not been studied in detail, analysis of the chemical compounds involved hold great promise for the biotechnology sector. I'm not sure what they would use this chemical compound for unless they convert it to a weed killer or a fungal remover or something, but you can leave your thoughts on it below. Our final entry for the flying family members is the Icy Blowhog, a new addition from Pikmin 4. It is similar in appearance to the Puffy, but unlike the Puffy or Withering Blowhog, its breath only freezes you and your Pikmin rather than pushes them away. Its physiology is similar to evolution of its other family members as well. This creature possesses 3 lungs, an air sac uses its primary respiratory organ, a flotation bladder that gives it buoyancy, and a cold sac that stores cold air. Like the Puffy, its buoyancy is a result of hydrogen produced by electrolysis. Its icy breath is condensed carbon dioxide, much like the snowy blowhog. Different species within the blowhog family have many features in common when you look closely at the structure and characteristics of their internal organs. And that is all the flying members of this family at this point of time. I'm interested in which flying blowhog you think has the best appearance or is the most aesthetically pleasing in your personal opinion, and you can leave your thoughts on that in the comments below and I'll see which one gets the most love. Quickly, I'm going to add another creature called the Tusk Blowhog. While its name has Blowhog within it, it was given a separate family called the Tusk Blowhog family. It appears in Pikmin 4 like other blowhogs, and it meanders in a small patch of territory. When you are spotted, it will attempt to charge you and scoop up 3 Pikmin to eat once it stops, and can incapacitate you if struck. Olimar discusses its relation with other blowhogs in a note. Similar to an ancestor species of the fiery blowhog, this creature has a pair of sharp tusks that it uses to charge enemies with vigorous violence. It demonstrates its aggressive nature when it pursues its prey and when it's attacked by a predator of its own. In the case of the latter, the tusk blowhog will attack its attacker, causing them to balk while it can dash away to safety. This species also has an extremely sharp sense of smell, which it uses to detect the pheromone-like scent of its favorite food, underground mushrooms. For our last section, we're going to round this out with Blowhogs from Pikmin Adventures. Again, this game is considered non-canon, and the enemies within them as well, but I'll still give them their honorable mention. Pikmin Adventures does have its own enemy called Blowhogs, but instead of blowing air, they turn their snout into a spike and try to ram you with it, with video reference here. And then there is the telescoping Pump Hog, which has some variation to it. It can be stationary or dive into the ground and rise back up. It can also fire different projectiles from spike balls to bombs and homing missiles. Its weak point is usually its head, but some can be invulnerable. And finally, we have a note from Monita on these creatures. This creature compresses air in its bellows-shaped body and uses the pressure to shoot water or projectiles. I called them Huffy Puffers in my younger days. The quirks of a single-core processor. Now that is the entire Blowhog family. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time as I try to put these out every 2 weeks on Sunday if I'm not currently with the flu. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave comments down and below if you want to give some love. I like to reply when I can. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for topics you want me to discuss besides this, you can leave those down there as well. See ya.
Oh.